Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Patience is a virtue, my friends. Wait. And the truth will come eventually after the lie goes around the globe a few times. So, what's going on here? Do you remember this gentleman? I don't know if he's a gentleman, this man called Navalny? Well, Navalny he is named as the uh, Putin's nemesis. Nemesis, what a nemesis is like the opponent, the arch opponent, enemy of someone of the same caliber. For instance, a toddler is not my nemesis because I can squash the toddler, but someone of the same value or strength with me, and I fight with this person a long time. That's kind of like my nemesis, like opposition, but big opposition. Now, Navalny was elevated by the Western mass media to the level of being Putin's main opposition, and his nemesis, which I think Putin has this much power and Navalny has this much power. So can't really be. But anyway, let's don't get too tangled into definitions and terms and so on. So what's going on? If you remember, Navalny was imprisoned for 19 years now for initially some hanky-panky that he is embezzlement, I think, tax evasion, something with some money, finance. And he was found guilty, and he was released a little bit, if I remember correctly, a little bit, placed on parole, and he left the country. Allegedly, he was poisoned. Again, the Russians could not. This is another thing that I don't believe, because that he was poisoned. I don't know if he was poisoned, but it's very interesting that these guys are not poisoned enough. I'm talking about, when these guys want to eliminate someone, they, put the right quantity of whatever they put. And somehow he survived that, like many others in Great Britain. That's why for me it's like, if you know about anything about those things, about chemicals, about poisoning, about secret special operations like this, like assassinations basically, this kind of poisoning is not like, he got almost poisoned with plutonium, my friends, or with Novichok or whatever there was. That is so lethal that, you can't like miss it was not enough. They don't have to put like a liter or I don't know, a gallon of Novichok to, you need just, that's why, come on. Anyway, so Navalny being on parole, he left the country, Russia, went to Germany, he said for some medical treatment. He was not supposed, it's illegal. You can't do that in any country, normal country, Western countries. If you're on parole, you can't leave the town. If you leave somewhere, you have to inform your parole officer and say, excuse me, sir, I would like to travel from here to Washington, D.C. And he said, how long you stay, what's your address, pop. Maybe it's going to require you to show up over there for some certain kind of, I don't know, drug screens, drops and all that. So you are under supervision. You're not a free person. You have to let them know. Somehow, Navalny did not know that, and he went to Germany. The Russians were waiting. And when he returned, they obviously enforced the law, which is arrested him and placed him in prison. So his parole was violated. So he went to prison. The Westerns said, hey, wait. He's supposed to, because he's special. He can break the law. He's special. No, he's not. Oh, no one is above the law. Remember when these guys said about Trump, which is Pelosi, Clinton, all this? Nobody is above the law, so neither is Navalny. So Navalny, I'm going to have to make this a little short like this. Then he was, again, some more evidence was found about his little transactions. Now, I don't know if that's fake or not. I have no way to know if that's accurate or not. He was charged with, convicted for 19 more years in prison. All right, but Navalny is a Russian citizen. He has nothing to do with the Americans, nothing to do with the Western. He is not a spy. He's not an agent, right? He's just the opposition leader. So that then means the Secretary of State of the United States of America should not engage in negotiations of extradition. You extradite someone who's a citizen of your country. If he's not, you can't extradite. Or swapping. You swap what's yours. You don't swap what's not yours. So let me show you this article here, right here, Ukrainska Pravda. And this is the title. Navalny's name appears on Russia-US prisoner swap list. Wall Street Journal reports. So how can this guy's name, Navalny, a Russian citizen as far as I know, the opposition leader, who's not a spy, not a foreign agent, like being on CIA or nothing like that, or MI6 or whatever, this country is gonna is gonna swap him? Who are you? Why? Because you want justice, or that's your asset? Well, obviously people like you and I know that something like this happens when you have your asset over there, not someone that fights for blah blah blah. Otherwise they will do the same thing, swapping for Assange, and they don't. I'm not talking about the Americans, others, like Australia. No, wait, what's going on over there? So this is very strange, don't you think? And let's see how these guys are. Obviously, it's with Ukrainska Pravda. They are under the US's dominance. So probably there's going to be nothing to see here. That's just fine. No. How come he's swapped? How come the US State Department gets involved in a Russian citizen? What are you talking about? Now, I don't know if that's possible or impossible. It's just very, very strange, to say the least, because I don't want to say what I really believe here, right? Or think. The United States and the Russian Federations have been conducting talks regarding a swap of imprisoned Russian spies, so they are spies, for foreigners, not spies, they're not spies, they're just foreigners, detained by the Kremlin. Detained, they charged, convicted. Anyway, but hey, if you say those guys are bad, then everything justifies, right? And the Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny is also among the names mentioned, while Russia wants convicted killer Vadim Krasikov to be returned. So Western officials said Monday that has been raising the issue of swapping Krasikov since 2021, when the Russian killer was sentenced to life imprisonment in Germany for the murder of former Chechen field commander Zelimkhan Kangoshvili. Well, U.S. citizen Paul Whelan, who's waiting, but hey, we had our priorities right. Brittany Griner, the basketball player, was released because she was very important, more important than this Paul Whelan, who was a Marine, and he, served his country and did not say shit about the American flag and so on. But he could stay over there for what? He's been over there for about 2 years or so, but she was released in 9 months or something. Well, get your priority rights right. So, convicted by Russia on espionage charges, and Wall Street Journal journalist Evan Gershkovich, who is a Zelensky. But anyway, his parents left Soviet Union in the 70s, 80s, I think, when it was that migration of a certain kind of group. Read about it. So whenever you hear about refugees from former Soviet Union in the 70s, 80s, then you just check it out. The Great Migration is called somehow, I don't know. Who has been in Moscow pre-trial detention center since March on the same charges. So again, they tell us since when this guy, Zelensky, was in detention, since March, April, May, June, July, August, for 5 months. But they didn't mention how long has Paul Whelan lived in Russia. For about what, 3 years, 2 years, 4 years? No, they don't tell us that. Again, they tell you what the U.S. government's priorities are. She quickly fought for, what's her name? The cannabis girl, okay? Brittany. And then Evan Gerskovich is the second one. And then somewhere in the back is you, okay? All right, the straight blah blah man. Anyway, so here you have this one. The senior Western official involved in the exchange talks with Russia said Putin is only interested in swapping Krasikov. Officials in several countries said a multilateral deal to swap Russian detainees in Western countries for Western citizens held in Russia. Western citizens. Navalny is not a Western citizen, is he? He might not be, but he's on a certain kind of paper. As well as imprisoned dissidents such as Alexei Navalny was possible. Very interesting. And what are you going to do with Alexei Navalny after you get it? Why is he your problem? Why is he now? First, I have nothing for or against Navalny. I don't give a fuck. I want justice to be over there, but I have no evidence just because these guys say, well, the justice system in Russia is crooked. And here is a okay, yeah, why? We're good, they're bad. I don't function with this kind of thing. So I don't know Alexei Navalny. All I know is what is a fact. What's a fact? This guy was convicted for that, was charged with that, convicted that, left the country, which is a crime, came back, he was apprehended on the airport, and he got what the law says, the Russian law. And this guy said, no, you can't do that. Who are you? Anyway, whatever. So again, why Navalny is of value for, let's say, Americans? Why? Why is he of a value? He's a Russian citizen. Why do they care about a Russian dissident? How many dissidents are in Russia? Let's say 50,000. Are you gonna take them all back? Are not in prison, but some, so let's say, are. So you're gonna fight for all the 50,000? Why this specific one? Is it the most important? I mean, maybe it's important. You don't know what's behind him. Anyway, my friends, they want this to happen. That's fine. They don't talk about anything else here. Navalny, again, talks about a criminal, Patrushev. Okay, we don't care about that one. So basically, this is what it is with Navalny. I don't know. Give him back, and the key word is back to these guys. To I don't know. Who knows what he got in his contract? If in case I get this, you guys have to intervene. I mean, when you sign something with these guys, it's like a contract. It's like with a lawyer. You sign a contract, and you say, I will provide you with these services, but in case this, you're gonna do this. I mean, it's not like, okay, I'm just gonna do it for free and then talk to you later. It's not like that. But anyway, here it is. Somehow this Russian citizen is very important to the, I would guess, Americans or whomever is very interested in, for just because he's a dissident and we care for our dissidents. Remember, you can use terms, but on the other hand, I know in Romania before 1990, before the revolution, there were some called dissidents, and I will give you three names. It was one was Ana Blandiana, the other one was Silviu Brucan. His real name was Bruckmeyer or Brook, something like Brookstein, Bronstein, like Trotsky, Bronstein, something like this, Bruckmeyer or some Buchmann, something like that. So he was a Zelensky. And then the third one was that supposedly crazy poet. What was his name? Dinescu, Mircea Dinescu. So look for Mircea Dinescu, Silviu Brucan, and Ana Blandiana. And Doina Cornea. Now, Doina Cornea was an idiot. The other one, what's her name? Ana Blandiana was also. But the two, Silviu Brucan was a GRU agent. He was a Russian agent. They knew about it. And they didn't do anything to this guy. And after the revolution, he became even bigger. So Ceausescu knew this guy was a GRU agent and so on. And then you got Mircea Dinescu, the same. They were called dissidents and others. Now, these dissidents, they knew that dissidents. You got, what's his name? Turkish. Laszlo Turkish, if you remember that guy. All right, the reverend, whatever you call it, the pastor in Timișoara, where everything was activated. Okay, so Turkish was a double agent. So he was working for the Romanians, and he was working for the Western, the Hungarians. He was an agent. You can watch, what's his name? It's a former Romanian chief of intelligence. I can remember his name, but there's a lot of videos with him. Anyway, I'm waiting for them to sue me so I can show them. So if we go that far, you can find him. What the hell is his name? Very decent guy. He was in Sweden, I think he was, when he did his little spy thing, he was deported, placed in Sweden. Anyway, they know these were all called dissidents, but they are on the payroll of some. So when you hear dissident, wait, hold on, time out, wait. Okay, so Navalny is called a dissident, but some people can call him agent. Now, which one is it? I know from direct experience with the people I mentioned. I didn't deal with them, but anyway, from direct experience, because I was a contemporary in the whole boat. These guys, some of them, I don't know, Ana Blandiana and the other one, Doina Cornea. if they were agents. I have no evidence. They were just, but the other ones, it's we know that one, and that's it. And I can give you more names if you want, but I think giving you 3 out of 5, I think I made my point, and it's your job to go over there and verify if you don't believe me. But anyway, as I said, Silviu Brucan, what is the other poet's name? Mircea Dinescu, and if you want, get what's his name? Laszlo Tökes. And Laszlo Tökes, after the revolution, was awarded the highest distinction, the highest medal for Romania. And that's crazy. That tells you who owns Romania. He was awarded by the Romanian president the highest, and he was a double agent. He worked for the outside. That's treason. That's treason. That's treason. How is that punished in many countries? No, he was just awarded that. Now you tell me who owns Romania. So I don't know about Navalny. The fact that these guys want him out, I think it changes from dissident into something else. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I hope he's safe, but if he worked against his country, that's called it's a term that's used for these guys, for outside interest. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.